This morning, I found myself remembering a lost TV movie from 1994. The Shaggy Dog, starring Aladdin and Ed Begley Jr. The problem is, it's not available on Disney Plus or anywhere else. I've tried looking throughout the years. No dice. But today, I went to my parents' house to see if they still had a VHS copy hanging around in their basement. I don't know where to start. There were some interesting finds. Ooh, comic books. Yeah, it's not here. The only other place that the Shaggy Dog VHS would be here. Remember Scamper the Penguin? The Buttercream Gang. Back at my house, I found a YouTube channel that uploaded the movie a year ago. And now, we're all gonna rewatch it.
This is a treat.
20 years later. The movie starts off with a jewel heist. Charlie Mulvihill and his dog Bundles are international jewel thieves, even though Charlie could probably do this on his own more efficiently.
Of all the dogs to go and rob places with, that dog has long fur, sheds a lot.
Charlie and Bundles live in the same cheerful neighborhood as the Daniels family.
Yes, they used to use that neighborhood in every movie.
These scenes were filmed on Colonial Street, a studio backlot located at Universal Studios in California. Other movies that filmed on that backlot are Beethoven, the original Shaggy Dog, and Deep Impact, just to name a few. Anyway, we catch up with Moochie and his dad, Ron.
Ed Begley. When I think of Ed Begley, I always think of his part in Batman Forever. And this kid, he's from a movie called Carpool.
Greetings, Earth people!
Which is a guilty pleasure for me.
You see, Moochie is sucking up to his dad so that he'll let the family have a dog. Unfortunately, Ron is allergic to dogs, so that's out of the question. Moochie tries to settle for being a cat owner, but it's short-lived.
Roll over, girl. Come on. Cats. I don't get it.
Dogs are better.
We meet up with Wilby, the oldest son of the family, as he works on his latest invention, a grass-powered car. Wilby is played by Scott Weinger.
You want a car so you can go on dates with the girls.
Go away.
Also known as Aladdin.
Jasmine from Aladdin.
We quickly find out that Wilby needs to work harder at not blowing up his garage.
Oh.
Wait, could do that again?
Someone's off screen doing this.
You guys okay? Does anybody need a trip to the emergency room?
Don't you love in these TV movies, they always had these perky parents,
His mother, Beth, is doing her side of the parenting with what seems like an endless supply of Prozac. Back to Wilby. He's really smart, but he's unlucky with women.
Oh, Wilby! Oh, Wilby!
Go away!
This summer, he's got two potential love interests entering his orbit. His next-door neighbor, Allison.
Oh yeah, that's Natalie Wood's daughter.
And Charlie's niece, Francesca. Wilby's buddy, Trey, drives up and dashes any hopes of Wilby getting to explore his feelings with these two ladies. That's Trey's domain. Trey drives off with Allison to go to the lake alone. Meanwhile, Wilby works at his family's museum, Gilder's Auditorium. He's handing out flyers while dressed as a mummified crocodile.
Well, that is you, isn't it, Wilby?
I'm sorry, ladies, I don't know any Wilby.
This scene really sticks out to me.
I'm the terrifying Gator Man!
We know it's you, Wilby.
No, it isn't, Colleen.
He's not too happy about this job and wants out. His dad needs him, though, and informs Wilby that the museum is receiving the Krupnik diamond. It's the most valuable item they've ever had. Wilby asks for some love advice from his dad.
Dad, how do you get girls to go out with you?
I don't. Your mother won't let me.
But the best Ron can do is explain the curse that Lucretia Borgia would put on her lovers, which turned them into dogs. The very same rings Lucretia used are located within the Gilder's museum. After they both clumsily attempt to move the Borgia exhibit, one of the magical rings falls into Wilby's backpack. Even though that shot wasn't clear at all, I had to rewind it to connect the dots. Wilby looks at a spell book in the library to see what he can find out about making his own love spell, just like Lucretia did. He finally meets Francesca, Charlie's niece. She's bored out of her skull.
What do you people do for fun around here?
You people?
She's also unaware that her uncle is an international jewel thief. For all she knows, Charlie is just a boring regular Joe. Anyway, their conversation gets interrupted by Coach Evans.
Daniels, I think you go a bit faster here.
Coach Evans is a funny dude. He's so frustrated, and it's a joy to watch. He's also terrible at his job.
Now, most of these collisions occur at major intersections.
Where do you get these statistics from anyway?
From our driver's training textbook, sir.
Oh, no kidding. I'll have to take another look at that.
He also doesn't have anything better to do than chase his students down to take driver's tests.
Daniel! Stop, Daniel! Stop!
Or grab lunch at Indian fast food joints.
Maybe you were right. Let's just go have lunch.
Anyway, Wilby, who is terrified of driving, messes up royally.
Wilby's driving! Everybody run!
And crashes into New Delhi Bob's drive-through mascot.
Which pedal?
It was Burger Shack on 15th Street, wasn't it?
Well, you got off easy. It was Burger Shack, wasn't it?
Meanwhile, Bundles continues to terrorize Ron. Also, Wilby is frustrated that Trey is already moving in on Francesca.
Bundles. Bundles!
Then he finds out that he has the Borgia ring from the museum.
Oh, yes, the ring. Oh, yes.
So he invokes a spell that turns him into the Shaggy dog.
In canis corpore transmuto.
What I don't understand is, why does this spell make Bundles disappear? It just seems like little more than a plot convenience. It helps tie the story to the jewel thief, so yeah, don't worry about it, I guess. Wilby escapes out the window right into Moochie's hands. Moochie is over the moon and thinks he has a new dog at his disposal, but Ron comes in and wrecks the vibe. Wilby runs away.
Excuse me.
My underwear.
And ends up at the library again. He tries to find a spell to undo his transformation.
This town is so small that no one even notices there's a dog reading a spell book in the library.
So we've got 3 storylines going on here. Storyline 1, Charlie and Bundles' quest to steal the Krupnik diamond. Storyline 2, Wilby's quest to find love and conquer his fear of driving. And finally, storyline 3, which involves this dog falling in love with Wilby.
Aw, she's so sweet.
And these 2 dog catchers trying to capture them.
Anything you say can be used against you.
Do you say against or do you say against? Let me know.
Wilby delves into larceny with no remorse.
See ya.
You're a filthy thief.
Dine and dash. I always wanted to do that.
The dog chasers chase Wilby around for a while, but they don't succeed in catching him. Wilby has to give the cold shoulder to this cutie.
My dad doesn't like dogs. He'd never let me keep you.
I'm somebody's bitch.
Then he goes home and gets ready for bed.
How are you holding that toothbrush? You put pajamas on, come on.
Moochie finds out that Wilby is a dog, and this doesn't creep him out at all. In fact, all the better to Moochie. Dad remains oblivious about Wilby because Wilby has transformed back into his human form. The next day, Allison comes over as Wilby attempts to take his grass car out for a spin. Allison documents this with a super clunky camcorder that I would love to own.
How did you not see that, okay?
After that, Trey shows up and makes a deal with Wilby. Trey forgot that he had a date with Allison that night, which sucks because he also made plans with Francesca.
I'm gonna throw a marshmallow in his mouth when he talks.
So he convinces Wilby to be the 4th wheel on a 3-wheel date. Anyway, like a simp, he agrees to help out Trey. Then 7:30 rolls around.
Just to make sure, you should sit in the front with me, because it can get awfully chilly in the back.
If you think it's chilly in the back seat now, Trey, just wait.
Ooh, the dynamics are shifting.
They all go to the movies where Wilby ends up sitting alone.
Sorry, bud. Take some supplies.
Francesca feels bad and goes to sit with him. Then Wilby, while watching a werewolf movie, turns into the Shaggy dog again. Somehow Francesca doesn't notice that Wilby is a dog as he gets up right next to her and shuffles slowly out of his aisle and then howls in front of everyone. She just assumes that it's Bundles.
Is that your dog?
Bundles?
This way!
Anyway, get out of here.
They all go to the lobby and this theater attendant orders them to leave.
Gotta take that animal out of here, now.
Randomly enough, this small role was played by Peyton Reed, the director of the Ant-Man movies. But yeah, anyway, my boy Trey starts getting abused from here on out.
And here's your stupid popcorn.
So I'll see you around or something, okay?
And one of my favorite parts in the whole movie is this part. We see that Wilby is a good guy even when he's a dog.
Holy mackerel. I should probably get out of here. Truth is, I may be a dog, but I'm still a gentleman.
You can't see anything anyway. The hair is completely covering your eyes.
Then Wilby ends up in Charlie's room where he overhears the crook's plan to rob his family's museum. He tries to warn Francesca, but she takes it like any human being would and doesn't believe a single word he says. So Wilby goes home and tries to warn his family, first with Moochie, and then with his dad. At first, Ron doesn't believe him.
He thought you were bundles.
Right.
And why did he think you're bundles?
Well, because sometimes I look like bundles.
But he comes around. More dog catching ensues.
Darn!
Darn!
Oh!
Charlie finds Wilby still in the form of bundles and takes him off to do their heist.
That is so satisfying. I love when they do that.
As Charlie attempts to steal the Krupnik diamond from the museum, he finds Ron's pathetic security system and simply unplugs it.
Daniels is such an idiot.
However, Wilby hides, and while trying to find him, Charlie trips and loses the diamond. This also sets off an alarm, and the authorities and Ron show up. Charlie narrowly escapes. Ron and Wilby go to the police station and get interrogated.
I didn't steal it. I never stole anything in my whole life.
You stole from the fast food place, Wilby.
Dine and dash.
Luckily, Wilby turns into a dog again and escapes.
That old guy looked like he peed and didn't want to tell anyone.
Later, Moochie and Wilby find the diamond at the museum.
Like this?
Moochie don't give a
That's it.
Long story short, Charlie gets called to the police station but is cleared to go home shortly after. He runs into Wilby, still in sheepdog form, and sees that he has the diamond in his mouth. Wilby swallows it, which pisses Charlie off. This brings out the cold-blooded murderer inside of him as he takes his dog to the kitchen to finish him off.
I want you to know that when he took out that knife, it wouldn't have made that sound. It would have sounded like this. It sounded like a frickin' Excalibur sword came out of there.
Francesca, run!
Francesca, run!
Charlie hears police sirens approaching and decides to take Francesca to a getaway point a few miles away. Wilby knows he has to chase after them, but he needs a car, so he decides to mow the lawn for fuel.
Charlie would be long gone by the time you're done mowing, and doing all of that without thumbs.
Your son is probably meeting his accomplices.
Accomplices? Oh, I was worried that he didn't have any friends.
Aw, she's a good mom. I always wanted one of those. I'm gonna get one for my car now. Feel more important, you know?
The chase culminates with a helicopter escape sequence.
It's a nice stunt. Is that a real dog? Or is that a stunt guy in a dog suit?
The cops catch Charlie.
Can you stop grabbing his titties, please?
And cart him off to jail. Wilby has a huge diamond in his belly, and that's never addressed again. Everyone lives happily ever after, and Allison is now dating Wilby.
See you later, bonehead.
She's only doing it to make Trey feel jealous.
You know, I can't really compare this movie to any of the other Shaggy dog films, mainly because I've never seen any of them. In total, there have been 5 live-action movies. The Shaggy Dog, The Shaggy DA, Return of the Shaggy Dog, The Shaggy Dog that we just watched, which was the first in a series of 4 ABC Family remakes. There was also the Tim Allen reboot from 2006. And I want to give a shout out to Also TV for uploading this lost gem. I had lost hope in ever finding this movie again, but by the modern wonders of YouTube, my itch has been scratched. Now, what's a movie that you remember fondly but can't find anywhere? Let me know in the comments section and I'll do my best to track it down and make a video about it. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.